Okay, so today I want to focus on one of my journal pieces that I just did recently about a week ago, and I meant to share it then, but it's about self-discipline, and I think it's the perfect time to share because we are about to go through a very transformative state, and we want to make sure that we are very disciplined so that we are able to carry out what it is that we need to do on whatever it is that you need to do for your journey. All right, so when losing self-discipline, I have a few tips that can maybe help you when you're in a current situation where you have to maintain this discipline for yourself. And instead of beating yourself up for it or judging yourself or criticizing yourself and kind of being harsh and hard on yourself during a situation, just, kind of do some rewiring on your perspective about self-discipline and everything, and how you can maintain it and how you can use it for certain circumstances and situations that you are in. So I'm gonna just read it because I don't want to mess up, and then I'm gonna just give my little insight on it. But so the first thing I said was, when you need to maintain self-discipline, stay centered in your own universe. And
Sorry, I'm not sure I understand.
yeah, y'all see what? 11:44. Trying to tell you all, baby. Anyways, I wasn't talking to you, Siri, and I don't even have on my settings. I don't even have what you call it. I don't have the settings where if I say her name, she comes alive type thing, like she becomes active. I don't have that. I have it off. So the fact that she really just came and turned on during the situation, that was interesting. And then it disappeared. I couldn't even like bring it up on my phone. That's crazy. Okay, anyways, I had said that when you need, remember, so when you're losing self-discipline, remember why you need to maintain the self-discipline in the first place. Why is it that you need to be disciplined in this situation or with this person or with whatever energy that you're presented? Why is it a necessity for you to be disciplined in it? List those facts out to yourself so that you're able to visually see, like, okay, I really need to be on my A game with this, because this is what I don't want to happen when I do lack self-discipline. This is what I would rather have in my reality versus what is maybe currently in my reality, or will become a reality if I don't maintain this discipline. You know what I'm saying? So let that be your focal point, and remembering why you need to maintain the self-discipline, so that when any type of temptations or anything comes around, you're able to have that strong foundation of like, nope, I set a goal for myself. This is what I want. This is what I'm not gonna do. I know that when I do this, it's gonna take me away from what I really want internally forever or in the long run, versus just temporarily for pleasure or something like that. So the second one that I had wrote down was, stay centered in your own universe and don't allow any outside energies to interfere or disrupt with your energy. Now, the reason why this is important is because we're going to always be around different type of energies in different environments and different settings, and we have to know that we can't shelter ourselves in. So you can't allow other energies outside of yourself to disrupt what's going on in your own universe, because essentially if you do, it alters your universe. So you have to stay strong and grounded in your own universe and what works for you, and to maintain that focus point, that whatever your vision is for yourself and your journey, to have a strong hold and grip on that intention, belief, knowing everything that comes with that vision. You know what I'm saying? And You can't allow anything outside of yourself to disrupt you, because you're going to always have tests and you're going to always have temptations. So the key to really self-mastering in all on a whole energetic level is to always not allow outside energies to disrupt or interfere with what you have in yourself and your energy. It's definitely important, because it definitely goes back to my other video with eliminating distractions. You're always going to be sent distractions as well, as along with your excuse me, you guys, I cannot even talk today. I must be done with the planets. But you're going to always be sent distractions on your journey to test you in different levels of whatever it is that you need to experience. And allowing yourself to be grounded in your own energy and not allowing other outside energies interfere with yours is going to be a key point into flourishing into the best version of yourself. The next thing I had wrote down was that there's always going to be some form of toxic temptations. So remember, all obstacles and difficulties are presented in our lives as tests to pass. And this goes back to with the distractions, temptations, pleasures, and everything. Like I said in my other video too, every time we proclaim and announce something into the universe, you're always going to send out that positive energetic vibration, and then you're always going to send out that negative kind of, to testing type of vibration, to test to see, are you really what you're about, basically, So just know it's always going to be some form of toxic temptation, toxic pleasure, toxic energy around that you may indulge in over a time period in your journey. But know that once you wake up to a new awareness levels, you're going to be presented different tests to test those awareness levels. And you just want to be aware and conscious and make sure to pass them each time, so you don't have to repeat those same energetic vibrations in your realities in different forms. And we can let it go to the new level, and play out that level, So this is the next thing I wrote. Use your limitations, weaknesses, annoyances, and triggers to help inspire others with how to deal with them. Instead of embodying lower energies and allowing them to take over and create bad patterns, habits, and ways of being and thinking, use these energies to guide you into a new learning and understanding of yourself. Allow these energies to teach you to become aware and how to deal with them on in a healthy, positive way. So I remember writing this because I was like, you know what? Sometimes the very things that annoy us or limits us or just triggers us are the greatest lessons that we need to learn within ourselves. And once we learn those lessons within ourselves, we become wise in that specific subject in life, and we're able to now help others that have been dealing with that subject in life, and now we're able to maybe inspire them, help them, teach them. It's all connected, you know what I'm saying? So it's like anytime you're faced with an obstacle or just any type of hindrance, any type of upheavals, any type of, I guess what we would classify and label negative, we can turn those negatives into positive by using them to master the lesson and why it was even presented for our energy to experience. And then once we learn it and master it, and once we learn it and master it, we're able to ascend to a new level. But before we ascend to that new level, we can share with others how we dealt with that in our own way. And that's all it is. And then when you're doing that and sharing with others, you never know who you're helping. So don't always look at something that you're going through as, oh, this is just negative, this is just taking me back, or blah, blah, blah. Look at it as like a challenge. Like, okay, this is what's presented in my reality. So how can I turn this into a positive? How can I learn what's being presented for me, and how can I master that? Why is this energy being presented to me? Why, you know, just become aware. Become aware, and once you do become aware, it's just like, okay, let's master this. It's everything. I'm telling you, life is really like a game, a live video game, and a live, huge, crazy, cosmic movie happening at the same time. I promise. It's so crazy. At least in my universe, in my perspective. Yeah, when I say that too, it's like each level in a game, you know, you have to find different packs, you have to go through different tests and puzzles, and, you know, all different types of things until you're able to raise to the next level. And every time you raise to the next level, you're ascending and getting you're becoming a better avatar in the actual game. You may upgrade, you may get powers, you may get some more stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing in life. So when you start applying those literal terms in like this reality with like actuality, it helps bring a humbling perspective to know, like, okay, like life is serious, but it's really not that serious. Like, it's all just a simulated experiment that we're here to experience and take back to source. It's better to use the turning, oh girl, get it out. It's better to turn your negatives into positives instead of dwelling on those negatives, because energy is, it can either fester or flourish. So it's like when you have negative energies within your life and your whole reality period, like, it's up to you whether it's gonna fester or it's gonna flourish into something way more beautiful that was like the foundation to build something, the foundation of your new level and journey, you know? The last one was to find new resources to fulfill internal happiness. Break out of the old formula that worked for you for old energies and create a new formula of way of living that resonates with everything you want to become and do and that you already are. The reason why it stemmed for me to say to find new resources to fulfill internal happiness / high and break out of the old formula is because the way I was used to be, you know, with the old energies that were present in the past, on what used to make me happy back then, I still kept trying to blend those energies with my new upgrading energy, and it's not going to mesh because you have to let go of all of that old stuff completely, you know? So my tip to myself to say that was just like, you know, instead of looking at those old energies on like, okay, that made me happy, now I have to replace them with new, I have to replace that source of happiness with a new positive happiness, internal happiness that actually resonates with my energy now, not before in the past, you know? You know, just staying on a persistent mission to find that new resource to find new resources within yourself that brings internal happiness. Let me say that, because that's where true happiness lays. Of course, you can have happiness in external things and things outside of yourself, but your true core base of happiness lies internally within yourself. So find new resources that fulfill that internal happiness within yourself, that, or maybe you can do for yourself. And look for that new source of internal happiness to see, like, how can this make me happy, and how can it also allow me to grow and flourish into the best version of myself. So yeah, that was a quick little journal entry that I wanted to share on when losing self-discipline, how to kind of maintain it, stay strong. You know, just set those focal points, set those visions for yourself, and just always remember or have, like, you know how like in a business you have to make a mission statement to, this is the core of what this business represents and what it's about. Do that with yourself, you know? Do that with yourself, and like, okay, this is what I'm about in this chapter in my life, and this is all that I'm going to be because I need to acquire this, or I need to do this, or I need to experience this, or whatever it is. Make that mission statement for your own self in your own life, and literally treat it as like, you know, you're building a structure, you're building a business, you're birthing a new creation in whatever form that is. That's pretty much it for that journal entry on what I had to share with all of that. I'm about to shoot my spiritual morning routine on things I like to do in the AM to get my day going and flowing so that I can have the best, productive, flourishing, beautiful day. And yeah, just coming on into my life and, you know, showing a few things that I do within my journey that helps me in my mornings. So yeah, that was corny. Okay, yes, let me go shoot that, and I hope sharing the journal entry helped. If you are new to any of this, get a journal. It doesn't have to be fancy. I literally have millions of journals. I just use a notebook. Title it, decorate it, get a fancy one, whatever you want to do, but start writing your thoughts out. Start writing how you feel each day. Start writing what you're aware of. Start writing your goals and your manifestations and your visuals and affirmations. Write everything down and make it like your own personal Bible that's living on this universe and experiencing this perspective in a whole cosmic play, a whole cosmic experiment. But yeah, it's just really, really good to be aware of how you're feeling and checking in with yourself every day, especially if you're around a lot of energies and just, you know, around a lot of busy type of environments. You always want to check in with yourself to make sure that you are projecting your energy and not what other energies have been placed on you or maybe you absorb. So get a journal, write your thoughts out, write everything that you experience throughout the day on a spiritual level, write new awareness, write new knowledge, write new wisdom. And also, sometimes if you have trouble meditating, try journaling. If you set your environment, clean the space, take a moment to just express gratitude and take a moment to welcome in your higher source and your your higher source, your angels, ancestor, whoever, and ask them to come through with the journaling. Ask them to come through your intuition and through the journaling writing. Yeah, I cannot talk today. Through the journal writing, and you'll be surprised on what can come out. I'm telling you, I've written some things where it sounds like on a scholar level, and I'm just like, that came out of me. I wrote that in such like so, and I find new insights about me sometimes way deeper than if I was to like kind of go into a quick 30-minute meditation or something. So yeah, it's different forms of meditations, I personally think. I don't think it's just you sitting there and being still and quiet. That is a form of meditation, but I don't think that's the only way you can meditate. But yeah, I think, you know, that's pretty much it. I hope that helped anybody. You know, we all got it. We all being tested in different ways, but we all have it. And remember to enjoy the journey and enjoy the process. Great. Garbage truck gonna come right at the ending. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that's not too loud, but send in love, send in light, send in peace, send in bliss. And I hope that everyone has a beautiful rest of the day. And tap into yourself. Start writing out everything. Love yourself through the process. Don't judge yourself too hard on the process. And trust the process. Okay. Till next time.